Hi, friends, and welcome to the Human Thrive podcast. So, I'm your host, Amanda, coaching consultant and founder of the Neurodivergent Thrive Coaching. So, this is a space where we awaken possibility, shift perspective, and live fully into our potential. So, I'm your coaching companion on this journey, and today we're talking about one of the most powerful levers of transformation, and that is mindset. Now, I know mindset might sound like a buzzword, something you see splashed across Instagram in bold letters, but it's not fluff, it's not hype, it's neuroscience. It's behavioral psychology, and most importantly, it's your personal power. So let's start with Dr. Dweck, who's a Stanford psychologist, and her research has changed the way we understand success and resilience. So she discovered that we generally operate from one of two mindsets: a fixed mindset or a growth mindset. So a growth mindset is where we believe that we will figure it out. Whatever the thing is we want to do, we will figure it out. Fixed mindset believes that you're going to fail, that our intelligence, our talents and abilities are set in stone, doesn't see that we can get beyond our capabilities. Whereas the growth mindset will figure it out, that's the belief that our abilities can be developed through dedication, effort, and learning. And not being afraid of failure, because that's part of learning. So think of it this way. So two different people have options. One believes they will fail. One believes they will figure it out. So the person who believes they're going to fail, they're going to look for evidence to back that up. So the first sign of any setback, the first sign of any, this is too hard, because they believe that they're going to fail, they're not going to keep trying. It's going to influence, this belief that they have is going to influence their behavior, which is going to affect their outcome. So if you've got a growth mindset, the same person believes that they're going to figure it out. They will act differently. Any setback, they will be, okay, we need to find another way. We need to learn a bit more. We need to take advice on this. But if they believe they will figure it out, it's going to drive their action. Their action is going to look for more opportunities. It's going to be ask for help. It's going to be learn more. It's going to be try harder, try a different way. But when they believe they're going to figure it out, that mindset will totally change their behavior. They'll look for more opportunities. They'll not be afraid to take risks, or that inner mindset will give them confidence to take the action. They will have more persistence. That internal belief that they can achieve this will keep them taking the behavior, taking the action, looking for the opportunities. Whereas the person in that fixed mindset that believe from the start that they're not smart enough, that they don't have enough talent for this, they don't have the abilities, they're going to be affected by that mindset. The slightest bit of, this is too hard, or this isn't working, or I've messed that up. Because they already believe they're going to fail, it's going to make it happen. They're not going to take the action needed. They're not going to look for the opportunities. They're not going to try harder. So your fixed mindset is saying, I'm just not good at this. I can't do anything. I'm not good at this. Whereas your growth mindset is, I'm not good at this yet. So that single word yet changes everything. So this book, Mindset, by Dr. Dweck, one of her most famous studies was she had a group of students who were praised. They were given puzzles to solve. And afterwards, they were praised very differently for achieving them or for solving them. So one group was told afterwards, whoa, you are so smart. You are so smart figuring that out. The other group was told, whoa, you worked so hard on that. So what do you think changed with the way they were praised? So the kids who were praised for intelligence, they quickly plateaued. They avoided difficult challenges in future because they didn't want to fail. They didn't want to lose that label of being smart. So they didn't take the chances, or they didn't take on the hard challenges because they had that label of being smart. and they didn't want to lose it. But the kids who were praised for the effort leaned harder into figuring out difficult tasks. They showed more resilience, and ultimately they improved more because they were praised for their effort. So they continued to do the thing that they were praised for. So this positive reinforcement, they were praised for working hard and for their effort. So they continued to put that effort in. It's like we all just want praised. But the people that were told, oh, wow, you're so smart, became their identity. So then it was hard for them. They didn't want to lose that by failing, because then they were told they were smart. What if they couldn't do this next thing? Does that mean they're suddenly not smart? So I just find this stuff fascinating. That words, I mean, I always say this, words are so important, and how we speak to our kids and how we speak to each other. And this is having that identity. So really, whoa, you're smart is all about your own identity rather than praised for your efforts. And that growth mindset that you can figure things out, that you can get better, that you can learn, that failing is just a setback, and it's how you learn. So some coaching techniques to shift this mindset. So if we want to shift this mindset from fixed to growth, what do we want to say? So, if I have this challenge, what am I doing with this challenge? So if a client says, I failed, what do we ask them? We ask them, so what can you learn from this? What can you learn from this? Take away any shame. It's how we learn. We fail. If you've got kids or anybody else and you're supporting, when they first start walking, they fall over and they keep doing it. If you don't go, oh, you failed, this mustn't be for you. You mustn't be good at walking. That's not bother trying. They keep going, and like anything we learn, we keep going and we do it. Or learning to drive. We don't get in a car and suddenly be able to drive. We accept that you need to learn, and you're going to make mistakes, and you have to go through a process of learning, and we accept that. But for some things we accept, if you're not good at it straight away, then it doesn't matter. But none of us would have learned to drive then if we applied that to everything. So instead of saying I failed, we're like, what can I learn from this? Remove any shame and replace it with a strategy. And instead of I can't do this yet, or I'm learning and I'm developing, and this is how you get better things. This is how you master things. So that simple word of yet can open the doors to possibility. So where am I going right now? What's one area I haven't mastered yet, but I'm willing to practice? And celebrate your effort along the way. Celebrate your progress along the way. If you're someone having driving lessons and they're getting better each time, and they're like, oh, I did this today, and now I can do reverse, now I can do this, I did 3-point turn, and how exciting that is to see someone going through that process, and they accept that that's progress, and they're getting better and better and better. And even when you do your test, and if you don't get it first time, you're still learning and getting better, and eventually you pass. So that's how we learn. So this growth and fixed mindset is, examine which one you have, and do a little audit with yourself. Look at where that shows up for you. Look at the words you use whenever you don't get something. Are you using identity first language? Oh, I'm so smart, or I'm not smart, or are you using that effort, that process reward? If you think of even me starting a podcast, okay, so what do? Record one episode, listen back and think, oh, my voice sounds weird, I'm not cut out for this. Cringe, go, oh my God, I can't do this. And then give up. Or do I go, okay, yeah, maybe that's rough, maybe it's cringe. But if I keep practicing, will I get better? Hopefully. I'll just keep trying, just keep showing up and keep doing it. And what's going to happen in a year's time or 2 years' time if I'm still doing it? Hopefully I can listen back and hear a big difference and be better. And so somebody who maybe gave up at the start, and I hear research says that most people give up at around 10 podcasts if they even get to that. So, getting through that. It was important to me to get through that number 10 podcast, even though I find it cringe, even though I listen to my voice and go, oh my God, oh, I keep saying this, oh, I keep saying, who's going to listen to me? And all them thoughts. I'm just like, well, if I keep practicing, I'll get better. And I purposely actually listened to a podcast who I've been listening to for 8 years. I listened back to their earlier stuff and it was amazing, the difference, like such a difference. And they just sound so much more confident now, but they've been going 8 years. So, don't be judging your first time doing things with somebody's 8 years of doing things. And just keep showing up and practicing, and that's how you get better. So if I had a fixed mindset, I would just be, oh, that's not for me, I can't do it. So I have such a growth mindset that I'm like, I can do whatever I want. This is what I want. I'm going to start it, and I'll just continue, and hopefully get better and better. So just be like the kids that were told they were praised for effort. Just keep putting the effort in, and you will get progress. That's just what'll happen. Keep showing up, and you will get better at what you want to do. So your mindset is the lens through which you see the world, and when you shift that lens even a little, the entire view changes. So whether you're launching a new business, navigating burnout, or simply trying to be 1% better than yesterday, remember this. You're not fixed. You're not finished. You are becoming. And growth isn't about being perfect. It's about being in a process. And that is where the magic lives. So you're not behind. You're just on your way. So if this episode sparks something in you, I'd love to hear about it. DM me on Instagram at Neurodivergent Thrive Coaching. Tag me with your biggest growth moment this week. My email is in the show notes if you want to contact me and let me know your stories. And don't forget to follow me, share, and leave a review. It helps the community thrive together. And until next time, remember, you are powerful, you are evolving, and you're made to thrive. Thank you for listening, and I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much. Bye.